Madam Speaker, thank you for allowing me this privilege to co-sponsor, along with my colleague, Congresswoman Margarita Nograles, to this August Chamber House Bill number 3917, entitled An Act Amending Sections 3 and 4 of Republic Act number 10845, otherwise known as the Anti-Smuggling Act of 2016, and for other purposes. Given that any nation is faced with the economic problem of having finite resources while catering to unlimited needs, coupled with the exogenous economic headwinds that are occurring all over the world, revenue collection has become of paramount importance. In any economic activity, therefore, where the state is being unlawfully deprived of its much-needed income, we are all duty-bound to undertake any and all measures to plug such loopholes. With respect to illicit trade in tobacco, we are dealing with lost revenues estimated to the tune of 30 billion to as much as 60 billion. This is not just a matter of foregone excise tax revenues. The very livelihood of millions of our countrymen who are dependent on the industry are also threatened by the unfair competition coming from the illegal manufacturing and trade of tobacco. Based on data from the NTA, the tobacco industry generates 2.1 billion in employment and industry dependence, with 149.7 billion total excise taxes collected. Consequentially, these precious sources of livelihood are being put at risk vis-a-vis the rampant smuggling of illegal tobacco. With the exception of lost revenues, if there is a need to recapitulate on the social evils of smuggling, allow me to emphasize the following. Consumers are unprotected from deceptive and harmful products given the source, contents and composition, and potential consequences of smuggled tobaccos are unknown. It hurts our local industry, where legitimate businesses which are compliant with laws and regulations which are unprotected from intellectual property rights to fair competition. Farmers, workers, and dependents are also affected as a consequence. Finally, government health policy objectives are distorted. Since the smuggled products are unregulated, no graphic health warnings and other mandated warnings are accurate according to the actual national statistics. There is a fact that is not widely known, but income from the so-called sin taxes, of which revenues from the tobacco industry comprise of 58% or 94 billion of the total health budget. The truth, therefore, is that tax collection from tobacco products not only strengthens funding for public infrastructure, but has a direct impact as well on sustainable development goals and our universal health coverage as a country. As such, House Bill number 3917 seeks to include tobacco both in its raw form or as finished product, as among the agricultural commodities, the illegal importation of which can be classified as constituting economic sabotage. The facts as established by reliable reports are undeniable. In Mindanao, on an almost daily basis, illegal cigarettes are being seized by the Bureau of Customs. It is estimated that 6 out of 10 cigarettes sold in the market already come from illegal sources. Even in our own tobacco-producing region of Ilocos, nearly 10% of cigarettes sold are considered illicit. House Bill 3917 aims to spread a wider net that will allow our law enforcement agencies to catch not only the illegal importers themselves, but also their cohorts or collaborators, facilitators, forwarders, and even warehouse lessors. It seeks to pursue alternative trails or pathways of illegal importation exploited by smugglers, and these include the use of private ports, fish landing sites, resorts, and airports, among other locations. Further, it requires the BIR to publish and regularly update the list of finished goods that are registered with the Bureau so as to facilitate the confiscation of unregistered or illegal products. Finally, Madam Speaker, it seeks to punish not only the illegal importer but also the registered owner or lessee of the means of transportation used for the importation, the warehouse or property where illicit tobacco is stocked or hidden, and hold accountable as well the owner, lessee, or management of the private port or other sites or corridors used for smuggling. Through this measure, Madam Speaker, we not only secure control of the tobacco market within our country, but create a foolproof legislative foundation that will allow for higher revenues to contribute in nation building and the improvement of our healthcare system. It is through this, Madam Speaker, dear colleagues, that I therefore appeal for your honor's support and approval of this measure. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Ma'am, lilihis lang ako ng konti. Meron pong may we get palace reaction sa latest statement po ni Vice President Sara Duterte na yung OVP daw po ay iniwan na raw po ng government.
Napaka-general po naman yata nung pagkakabanggit niya. Wala po ba siyang nabanggit kung paano siya iniwan?
Wait lang, ma'am. Salamat sa ano po to, event sa Hong Kong. She said, salamat sa suporta nyo sa akin, sa aking mga kasamahan, sa aming trabaho, sa programa at proyekto ng Office of the Vice President. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat dahil kayo lang ang sumusuporta sa OVP. Ang buong gobyerno ay iniwanan na po ang OVP.
Yan na naman po ang nais naman nilang iparating. Maging kaawa-awa ang OVP, maging kaawa-awa ang Vice President. Kung tutuusin po natin, siya po naman ay binigyan ng pagkakataon para ipagtanggol, idepensa ang kanyang proposed budget. Hindi naman po hinahadlangan na magbigay ng tamang budget sa OVP kung ito naman ay maipapaliwanag niya. Kung baga sa thesis, kung ikaw yung nag-submit ng thesis, kailangan mong idepensa. Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo sa iyong panel of judges, kayo na pong bahala magbigay sa akin ng grade, basta yan na po ang thesis ko. So wala pong nang iwan sa kanya, baka po siya po ang nang iwan sa gobyerno.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ivan Mayrina, GMA Integrated News.
In that same gathering, Vice President Duterte said that she is not endorsing any candidates for senator. Dahil na-scam na daw po kasi siya. Nabudol na daw siya, apparently referring to the 2022 elections, kung saan tumakbo sila ni Pangulong then candidate Ferdinand Marcos Jr. under the platform of unity and transparency. Kaya ayaw na daw po niya kasi nabudol daw po siya. Baka sabihin ng mga tao'y mabubudol na naman sila pag nag-endorse siya.
Kung hindi po siya nag-endorso, bakit meron po tayo napapanood na campaign ads na kasama po niya at pinagmamalaki niya ang naging trabaho o performance kung mayroon man ni Senator Bato? Ano po ba ang maitatawag doon? Siya po ba nagsasabi ng katotohanan dahil meron po siya in-endorse na kandidato? Pangalawa po, kung na-scam po siya ng Uniteam, is it not the other way around? Hindi naman po siguro inakala din ng miyembro o ng mga miyembro ng Uniteam na mabilis magagastos ni VP Sara yung 125 million pesos na confidential funds in just 11 days. Hindi naman po siguro inisip nila yon at nagbigay ng tiwala sa kanya. Hindi rin po din siguro inisip ng Uniteam noon na siya may mga kakilalang assassin. At hindi rin po siguro inisip ng Uniteam noon na ang gustong continuation, kasi parang meron po sinabi na dapat may continuity. Pero hindi rin po papayag ang Pangulo na ituloy po yung sinasabing bloody tokhang at EJK. Maaaring isa po yung sa mga dahilan kung bakit inayawan din ni VP Sara. Dahil hindi po lahat ng ginawa ng dating administrasyon ay susundin ng pikit mata ng Pangulo.
Thank you.